Hello and a very warm welcome to the Grassroots Weekender Show. I hope everyone's keeping fine out there, and I do hope over the weekend you've had amazing games if you played. Many kids have gone away on holiday, many kids are going away on holiday, and that's why the summer leagues are dwindling down now and people are planning for tournaments. And I had one, Michael Corkill, who's got a tournament at the Simpsons ground on the 2nd of August. I think he's got that full, and he requested to see if we could get him 3 referees, which of course I did. Every year I do this, and the referees tend to come on board because I work closely with a referee, Steve, who organises, myself and him organise. People get in touch with me a lot about wanting referees for their tournaments. Now I've done all that and that's all organised, so there you go. Another little thing that we do, we don't cross the line, the respect campaign, and they get looked after. Obviously when they come through us, all the referees are always made up. When they say, oh, Mal's been in such, he needs 3 referees, and we fill it all the time, because the people who do the organisation really do protect the referees, and they shouldn't really have to protect the referees, because as we know, these are irate parents, spectators who want to win at all costs. They really do. So we want to message today all about the coaches and the managers, please, that the referees are there just to make a few bob. They have to show you and the kids that they're officiating the games in, that laws of the game have to be adhered to. And many are out there on the sidelines, on the touchlines, don't even want to know about the officiating that the referees have to do. They're not interested, but they are interested. These are the irate parents and spectators, managers and coaches, no one's left out, and some older kids on the field of play who really think that they need to make sure that that referee goes home a little bit confused. And we've been talking about mental health lately, and it's a big week for Don't Cross the Line and One Step Ahead on mental health. But do you ever stop to think that many of these kids or referees are kids still at school? Do you stop to think that you are shouting and screaming at a referee who's still at school and your child might be participating on the field of play? So would you really, as an adult, like someone, an adult, shouting and screaming at your child on the field of play? I doubt it very much. So spare a thought for the mums and dads who do take time out to go and watch their son, like or daughter, like yourselves, playing football, officiating. Do you ever think that their mum and dad are watching them and they're getting verbal abuse and racist comments and being bullied, and the abuse is coming thick and fast because they've blown a whistle and given a decision what they think, because they have no recordings, no repeats of their decision. They have to blow that whistle for something that they see. And we always tell the referee to go on deaf ears if they can and ignore the abuse coming from the crowd, because it should be up to that manager and coach to control their sidelines basically. And many get involved with verbally abusing the referee as well and show aggressive behaviour. We don't, because we don't cross the line and we see this. And we portray the message about good behaviour for the simple reason is those referees are the target. And therefore, when you start shouting and screaming at the referee, showing the verbal abuse, the aggressive behaviour, and even bullying, the kids hear it, the kids see it. So it affects their play, their development of the game, and their attitudes, because they think if their family members or supporters are really abusing the referee, then it's all right for them to follow suit because their family say so, or their coach or their manager is doing it. They think their coach or manager, if they shout at the referee for giving a decision, they think that that manager or their mum and dad are correct. So they will take the side of the parent or the manager or coach, which is not very, very good. And how do you think 30, 40, 50, 60, maybe more, maybe less, of spectators who have a go at that referee, how do you think that referee feels at the end of the game, going home throughout the day, knowing they've got more games to do? They carry that. It forces them probably to think what they done wrong. Did they give the correct decision? That's in their head. So it affects them on their next game. So the stress that they're being caused by irate parents, spectators, managers and coaches affects them. If it happens with the kids, it affects the kids, their development. They hear it, they see it as well. Some of those kids don't want that. They all stop the game. You never hear the kids arguing back at the mums and dads and the coaches. But I'll give you an incident where this has happened in the older age groups, and it's great, it's fantastic. They need the freedom. They're making a bob or two, that's great. Those days are gone. Remember the old bobber job? I'm going back old school, old days, where we used to do people's gardens, run errands, do things, work on lemonade wagons, bread wagons, everything to make a bob or two, and that's what these referees are doing. And these kids can go up and grow up to referees and start making a few bob, and it can be a few bob. 14 years of age, the referee courses start at, and I know that it ain't dated, but we can still go on. It's like a driving test at the moment. It's 12 months wait. It's going to be exactly the same in refereeing with the county FAs. It really is, but I'm not surprised because there's money to be made there. There really is. And also in coaching, young kids going out coaching, there's money to be made in the game itself. So what we're actually saying is bring everyone together in grassroots football as well. Because you can affect kids with mental health, make it worse, give them mental health, give them thoughts that they didn't want. They're going home, and you think that they're going home to play the game, and they're very, very quiet, but they're withdrawn. Some of these kids are withdrawn. They think, or they may have been bullied, they may not be able to take what's going on, and some mums and dads and parents and spectators out there, managers and coaches, will push them into playing that game. Deep down, they don't want it. And I'll give you an example. My grandson has got a good voice, singing voice, and he was playing the song to me, sending it to me, and I asked would he go into the choir, the Heart of Gold choir that we do, because he was such a good singer. And because I asked, his mum and dad asked him, he said yes. So I said, practice the song, join us up on the launch on the 23rd, that you'll be welcomed by the choir. You'll be really, really welcomed. You don't have to if you don't want to. Anyway, we were then out shopping, getting all the food in and what have you, and my son came to me and said, I'm a little bit like that with your grandson. I said, why is that? He said, because he said to me, he's doing it because he doesn't want to let his granddad down, because we get on great. He's a good little footballer, he enjoys his sport, he enjoys his game, enjoys his mates, he's got a lovely attitude to the game, and he takes notice of everything I do. And he's sent me drawings about respect, he's done the logos, he really is keen on everything I do. Loves this office, loves the podcast studio. But I said to my son and his girl, listen, he doesn't have to. He can come and represent the team. And they said, would you tell him? Because my son's partner turned around and said, I've just heard him. He came up to me and said, Mum, I don't want to let my granddad down, but I'm thinking I might make a mistake in the choir and my friends will laugh at me. Think of it, my friends will laugh at me. and he didn't want to let his granddad down, so he had a choice. But he still wanted to be in the choir because he was forcing himself. But the kids would laugh at him for singing, for doing something different. This happens throughout grassroots football, and we all need to take note of that. So I pulled him to one side and I said, Rubes, here, you've got a choice, you know. You can either go in the choir, or you can come with your mates and represent the teams, supporting the choir, singing the song. And he looked at me, his eyes opened up, and I said, so what would you like to do? He said, represent the teams, go with my football club, and listen to the choir and support them and get involved that way. And he did get involved that way, and do you know what? He was singing along with the choir. He stayed, not with the choir at the end, but was getting involved. He had that choice, he got that choice. So we don't push the kids to do anything, and many managers and coaches, mums and dads, will push those kids to the hilt in grassroots football. Deep down, do some of them want to play grassroots football? Do they want to choose something else? Do we surmise that they want to be in that team? Do we count on them being in that team regardless? Do we force them to go into that team? Are we pushing parents? Think of it that way. But he was made up with me, and I'm his best granddad because I gave him that choice, and I didn't want to put pressure on him. And he was the best ever. Big hugs, big everything, and he was outstanding, supporting the choir on that day. So there's your example, and I think it's a really, really prime example of what's happening in grassroots football. Always think, do your child really want to play that football match? They may be good, but they may not be wanting to play that game. They might want to choose another sport. So take that into consideration as well when you go and watch your child, because you always hear managers, coaches and all that having a right go. You can do better, pass that ball, do that. Where you don't shout this in school. There's no pressure of a parent when those kids go to school. They might have pressure from their friends in school, which I've just give an example, so they're thinking, I don't want to be laughed at. That's what they think. So give them the respect that's due for them talking up, but giving them a voice. I gave my grandson a choice, a voice, and he respected that, and he'll remember that right the way through. He might be sorry in the future saying, I should have got involved with my granddad's choir there, they're brilliant in that song. But he knows he had that choice too. But he was never going to be forced to. So always remember to take it with you and give your child a choice in life. This is what could be leading up to the withdrawal symptoms in life. It could be the start of mental health. It could be the start of, wow, I've been forced on this, I've got no say. I've got to do this. And we've all been kids. And we've all been put in positions that we didn't want to be put in. It's like some courses for adults. I go on courses as well. And some of these courses are run by, how do we say, let's break the ice, icebreakers. Let's get everyone involved, run round, do this, do that. How many adults, and I find out loads, even myself, I don't want to do that. I want to, in my own way, meet people. And that's breaking the ice. I'll talk. Because I've been on many courses where people you've never met, and it could be 20 of you, start the course. By the end of the day, there's been no role play, no nothing like that, no icebreakers. They all know each other's names. We're all on talking terms. We're all, thanks, glad I met you. Enjoyed meeting you, enjoyed your talks, enjoyed. Everyone gets involved. No need for icebreakers because you've still got pressure as an adult. Adults go to interviews and jobs and all that, and the pressure's on them. They might not have been to an interview for years, and you have to make them easier for them. You have to work with them, talk to them, get the best out of them. It's like kids. They need to build the trust up. And it took me weeks before those kids in the choir built their trust up with me. I call in on a Sunday now, and thanks a massive to the Christian church who meet here every Sunday because we took some of their singers. A whole lot, honestly, some of those kids are from there, and now they run to me. They want to talk to me, they want to say, what have you been doing, when have you can do it next? They've built the trust up. You've got to build the trust up, managers, coaches, mums and dads with others. You've got to build their trust up, they've got to respect you. They've got to do what they like, not what they're forced to do. So think of that whenever you're out and about and watching the kids play football. Because I do. I watch it, I hear, I see, and I look, and some of these parents and spectators confuse me, even the managers and coaches, and many of them are dragged in because they're being abusive, threatening towards a referee, a young referee, an experienced referee. Some experienced referees out there have got really thick skin. They'll just pick the ball up, walk away and say ta-ra. That's experience, they've gone through the years of that, and I'd see that at amateur football. And obviously Chris Gergland would have seen that right the way through amateur football, professional football, where the fans don't give a damn what they say and they put big pressure on you. Can some of these professional footballers feel that? Can they feel it? Because their career changes when they've finished their career. What did he do? Where did he go? What did he turn to? What support did he get? It's the same thing. It's the same when you leave jobs. It's the same when you can't get a job. You feel stuck in a corner, and like these kids do. And that is the bigger picture. So I'm only saying, suggesting things. I'm not forcing anyone what to do. I'm telling anyone how to suck eggs. I wouldn't do it. But I'm just trying to give you examples of things that can happen within grassroots football. Things in any sport and activity. Dancing, like the Dance Passion School, all the kids there, is the pressure on from mums and dads. Modest dancers, I've been to that. I've filmed it. I've taught to parents. And I've seen parents. That's exactly the same. Pushy parents forcing their kids to go and, my kid's better than that kid. It's wrong. It really is wrong. So whenever you go out to sport and activities, always get the best out of your child. Sit down, have a talk to them. Ask them what they want to be, what they want to do. And like Chris Gergland, when he done that speech to the kids, he was saying, what's your goal in the future? If you don't make it as a footballer, what else have you got planned? Many of the kids don't know. But you've got to give them the time to see what the best are at, what they learn in school, what they start learning, and that's what the teachers' jobs are, to get the best out of them and develop their skills in homework, not just on the field of play, in football, in dancing, modest dancing, whatever the sport may be, table tennis, golf. Lots of kids take up golf as well. That child might want to be a golfer. Get a load of sports, and that's what we want to do in achieving. Our goal is to get kids more active in sport and activities. Get the best out of the kids. See what, and I know some kids are brilliant at everything they do, and they've got a choice. That's fantastic. They've got a choice. It could even be cricket. My nephew's a professional footballer. He could have made it for Lancashire. He had a choice, cricket or football. They were all after him. Chose football. Done well. Great choice. Still doing well. He was a pundit on Irish TV the other day for Sky Sports. Shelbourne in the Champions League. He's done well. But he'll also tell you some stories about pushy parents. He'll be in the studio, he's done it before. And I'm sure your ex-professional footballers or professional footballers to this date will tell you 1 or 2 stories as well. We need to make a difference. We all need to work together. And me to you out there is saying, please support the work that we do in grassroots football. Get behind us, support us in everything we do, because we're a CIC, community interest company, not for profit, next best thing to a charity, formed in 2003, established then and still going strong, and have great support from the PFA, and we get our lottery grant as well. Because people are respecting the work that we do. We want to make a difference. I'd love a different job other than support work, because there's a lot of pressure in my job and support work. But I do it. I like to get them out in the community and talk to them. And it took ages in my job as well, as a support worker, for the people that we support to gain their trust. So we can imagine the hell that we went through before we gain that trust. And that's what people do. Gain trust first. Leave it to someone else and make sure, and always keep your eye on your coaches, your managers, and watch how they train, how they treat the children. If you don't like it, you can always drag or take that child out to another team, but talk first to your child, regardless. And the same goes for refereeing, officiating. They're never forced into refereeing. It's a good job that, because that's a really, really hard post to take up, because you've got two sidelines and you're taking loads of flack. So hats off to a referee, and remember, whenever you go out a game in football, always respect your referee. Shake the hand of that referee when they finish the game. Never ever challenge a referee, question a referee. If they make a mistake, they're only human, so what? Albeit they've made a mistake. Kids make mistakes in football. We all go through life making mistakes in our jobs, in our workplace, whatever it may be, with our friends. I've done millions of mistakes. We've all making mistakes, we can all do it. So let's forgive and forget, and let's get on and support the kids playing football, the kids with our DXTL, one step ahead on mental health. No ref, no game, Heart of Gold initiatives, everything that we do, and the Respect campaign. Support, don't cross the line, because we're supporting you. And remember, when you're out and about watching the kids, we're watching you, watching them. So always remember that when making a difference in grassroots football. And if you're untoward towards the referee or your child, we'll tap you on the shoulder and have a chat with you. We're not policing it, we're just having a chat as to why you do it. Have a great evening, enjoy the rest of the week. Hopefully Friday will come very, very quickly indeed, and we'll be back on with our podcast. And please don't forget to subscribe to our DXTL TV from the Touchlines on YouTube, and share and follow us on Spotify as well. We'll be going bigger on that very, very soon indeed. Thanks for tuning in. In the meantime, put your feet up, relax, have a nice drink, watch the England game, and good luck to the England women, by the way. Let's hope they can bring you home for us one more time in the Euros. We'll see you on Friday. Have a great week. Cheerio for now. Bye for now.